Hello guys, welcome back again to our daily tips. So our first match for today is Brazil versus France. Let's look at the head-to-head. First of all, if we look at when France is playing away, in the last 5 games, France has scored at least 1 goal in each game. So for that reason, we are going for France to at least score 1 goal at an odd of 1.20. Then again, if we look when Brazil is playing at home, it has had a very, very good form. It has won 4 and drew 1. It has also scored at least 1 goal in the last 5 games while playing at home. So you can go for Brazil to at least score 1 goal, just an odd of 1.25. Again, if you look when Brazil is playing at home, you can see that all the games have ended with over 1.5 goals, except one game here, which is against Paraguay, and then against Colombia also we had over 1.5. For France, at least all the 5 games ended up with over 1.5. So in the last 5 games for France, all the games ended up with over 1.5 goals. But for Brazil, while playing at home, 4 games ended up with over 1.5. Only one did not end up with over 1.5. So there's a chance for this game will end up with over 1.5 goals, which also has an odd of 1.23. Then our last tip, because both teams recently have shown good attacking capabilities, France is scoring, Brazil is scoring, we can go for both teams to score, which is an odd of 1.61. Let's move to our next match. We have Italy versus Northern Ireland. Let's look at the head-to-head. We look at the last 5 games, which gives us a clue on how the team has been performing recently. We look for Italy in the last 5 games while playing at home. Italy has won 3 and they lost 2. So it has won 3 over 5. And then if we look at Northern Ireland, it has lost 4 games and only won 1. So Ireland, when playing away, it performs very, very terribly. So for that reason, even the games that Italy lost at home is against Norway, which is a very, very strong team, and against mighty Germany. So these losses are understandable, but when Italy meets with average teams, it performs very, very well. And not, as for our information, we know Northern Ireland is not a very strong team. For that reason, we can go for Italy to win this match. We can go for the home team to win, just an odd of 1.30. Again, if you look when Italy is playing at home, it has at least scored 1 goal when playing at home in the last 5 games. So you can go for a safe pick, which has a small odd. You can go for Italy to at least score 1 goal, which has an odd of 1.10. Then we have Ukraine versus Sweden. Let's check head-to-head. I want us to focus on the last 5 home games for Ukraine. Ukraine has won 3, and then we have Sweden has won 1. So Sweden, while playing away, is very, very terrible. So I want us to focus when Sweden is playing at home. In the last 5 games, Sweden scored a goal here, scored a goal here. It failed to score a goal here. It scored a goal here and then scored a goal here. So in the last 5 games where Ukraine is playing at home, it has scored in 4 games and it failed to score in 1 game, which is against France. So even if it failed to score in this 1 game, we can understand because it is against one of the top teams. So Ukraine assures us that when it's playing against an average team, it must score a goal, especially when it is at home. And Sweden is not a very strong team. Based on the information here we have, it has only won 1 game in the last 5. Only this one, and they lost 3 and they drew 1. So for that reason, friends, we can go for the tip Ukraine to at least score 1 goal over 1.5 to Ukraine, which is a very good odd of 1.41. Then friends, we move to the next game, which is Denmark versus North Macedonia. Let's look at the head-to-head. Now, let's look at the home form for Denmark. Denmark has not lost any game in the last 5 games while playing at home. It has won 3 and a drew 2. Let's look at North Macedonia. North Macedonia has won 2 games, lost 2, and then drew 1. So, I want us to look at the 2 wins for North Macedonia. North Macedonia, their first win came against Kazakhstan, and then the other came from the Liechtenstein. These 2 teams are very ranked lowly in UEFA rankings. They are very poor teams. These 2 teams that North Macedonia won against are the teams that have lost 10 games in a row. So they are very poor teams. So any team that plays against these 2 teams are assured of a win. So that those 2 wins are not that convincing and strong, right? But if we look at Denmark has won games against very strong teams. That's won against North Ireland, which is a strong team. Lithuania drew against the mighty Scotland, which has qualified for the World Cup. Against Greece, which is very strong. It's a good team. And then we have Pereiras. So you can see that in the last 5 games for Denmark, it has played against very top teams. So as compared to North Macedonia, when it's playing against top teams like Wales, which is a top team, it lost 7-0. Against Belgium, it drew. And then we have against Saudi Arabia, which is a good team, it lost. But won against these 2 average teams, which any team, a good team in Europe can beat. So North Macedonia is not a very good team. So for that reason, we can go for Denmark to win. I believe Denmark is going to win this game at an odd of 1.31. Then we move to Poland versus Albania. Let's look at the head-to-head. Where Poland is playing at home, it has won 4 and drew 1. It has never lost a game while playing at home. And then we have Albania, which has won 3, drew 1, and lost 1. So this game is a very close battle, because even this loss for Albania came against England, which is a strong team. So we can understand that one. And then also Poland drew against the Netherlands, which is also a strong team. But what we notice, when Poland is playing at home, no matter the team, Poland must score. So against Malta, it scored a goal. Against Moldova, it scored a goal. Against Finland, it scored a goal. Against Poland, it scored a goal. Against the mighty Netherlands, Poland also managed to score a goal. So I'm convinced here that Poland will score a goal at their home ground. So I'm going for Poland to at least score 1 goal, just an odd of 1.24. So that is it for today, guys. And please, I beg, you can share and you can subscribe, you can comment down there to support the channel.